What is Qi? Today we're going to explore this idea, and I'm going to tell you why knowing this information has helped me in my life. And also, if you make it all the way to the end, little surprise for you. Come on, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We are going to talk this time about Qi, right? If we are gonna be practicing Qigong, we need to start understanding what Qi is. There's a lot of definition of Qi. If you look online, you're probably going to see that Qi, people say it's life force. This is incorrect or incomplete at the very least. The idea of Qi being energy originated maybe in the 80s. The reason why it originated that way, because in China, Qigong started to flourish again. I mean, it was being practiced in secret, but it started to become very popular in the 80s again, and people started to be very interested. And there was a movement that was trying to study Qigong, right? The Qigong masters were able to do certain things, and people wanted to know why, how. So certain studies were conducted where they would ask Qigong masters from different schools to emit Qi to different instruments, for instance. And they would emit Qi to a machine that detects magnetism, and another one that detects light, and another one that detects sound, and another one that detects heat or infrared. And the thing is, all the machines detected something. So people started saying, oh, Qi is magnetism because the magnetism machine detected something. No, Qi is light because the other machine detected light. No, but what is Qi then? If all the machines detected something, what is Qi? Well, Qi is all of them. Qi can manifest itself in all different shapes and forms. That's why we don't say Qi is energy, Qi is magnetism, Qi is light. Qi is Qi, period. We do not have yet a better term for Qi. So we're gonna say Qi is Qi. And what is Qi then? So Qi, we say from a much broader definition of Qi, everything in the universe is a form of Qi. Or in other words, Qi is the most fundamental element in the universe, in our reality, that transforms and manifests into everything. Everything that exists, material and immaterial, is a form of Qi. We say that immaterial Qi can transform and condense itself into a physical form. And in the same way, we believe that physical forms are a form of Qi that can be dispersed back into a non-material form of Qi. You can think about this idea in terms of, now I'm going to say energy because it is energy. So from physics, we say that energy cannot be created or destroyed, can only be transformed. And we know that mass, physical objects, can be transformed into energy. I'm not sure what kind of energy, but energy, right? The moment you separate the atoms and split them, like similar to nuclear fission, you generate energy. So it can be transformed back and forth, right? The atoms can manifest can be something solid and can be split into its component parts, and that generates energy. That's a forced analogy, right? But that's kind of the idea. Qi can condense itself into physical material forms, or it can be dispersed back into immaterial Qi. In Xin and Qigong, we talk about Hunyuan Qi, which is another specific form of Qi. This Qi, Yuan means pure, original. Hun means integrated or mixed. Hunyuan Qi is a form of Qi that is the purest form in the universe. Everything in the universe is created or it comes from this form of Qi that becomes more and more complex until it creates everything we see, right? It becomes more and more interacting with itself, and its own manifestations become more and more and more and more complex, creating more interesting, dynamic, different structures and beings until we are where we are. Everything that exists is a form of this Hun Yuan Qi. And we say that Hun Yuan Qi itself, in its purest form, has three elements. It has information, it has energy, and it has matter. So information means information is what tells the Qi how to move and what to do. So in our first video, we talked about how consciousness communicates or tells the body what to do through Qi. Like Qi is the intermediary between consciousness and your body, and everything that happens is happening in your body. That's because Qi has this property of remembering or transmitting this contains information, and the consciousness can this information in the Qi, and Qi will take it other places, and it will move and will do what the consciousness is saying. So this is what information is. Information tells the Qi what to do, how to move. Energy is what allows Qi to move, and the matter is a very particular property of Qi, because matter may or may not be present, may or may not be manifesting itself. The possibility of matter is always there, but it's not always manifested. When it does, then it's a physical thing that we can touch and see and measure. When it doesn't, it simply doesn't have mass. And this is interesting because quantum physics and physics, right, have been studying this idea, where does mass come from? And they recently discovered, or were able to observe, the Higgs boson, which is the particle that gives things mass. I'm sorry about the terms. I'm sure I'm saying something wrong, but that's basically the idea. Not everything has this property. Even science acknowledges this idea that mass is a property that may or may not be present in certain things. One thing that to me comes to mind is photons. Photons, light, doesn't have mass because it doesn't interact with this process that receives mass. So it's very interesting that even science acknowledges something similar. I'm not saying this is what Qi or Hunyuan Qi is, but it's related, seems very related. So Hunyuan Qi is these three things. It's not one or the other. All three things make Qi. You can think of information also in like real life, right? In the life we live. We live in a universe. From Qigong's perspective, we say the universe came from Tao. Tao, first there was nothing. There was Wuqi, the nothingness, and from that nothingness, everything was created. And this universe, or everything that exists, follows, from Qigong's perspective, the laws of Tao. What does that mean? From what we just described, Tao will be providing this Hunyuan Qi with a certain base information that guides everything in the universe that is being formed from this form of Qi, will be binded or guided by these laws or this information, right? Everything, because we are in the universe. We are part of the universe, therefore we are following the laws of the universe. How can we see this? Think of for instance, the laws of physics. We are studying the laws of physics. We discover certain laws of movement and how energy works and how gravity works and how everything interacts, and we can make predictions, we can make machines that work. And the fact that we can do this proves that, these laws work and we are kind of correct. The question is, and we know this work also not just for us, but in other planets, because we've sent machines to other planets and we've been successful at it, right? We know how it works. We can predict how it works, and it works. So how? Why? We know it's there. We know they work, but why? Where are those universal constants that determine these behaviors coming from? Why those specific values and not other values? We don't know. But this is, from Qigong perspective, this is the information from Tao. This is the information in the Hunyuan Qi, the base information of this universe. And we're going to say there are two huge categories of Hunyuan Qi. We're going to say we have the Hunyuan Qi of nature and Hunyuan Qi of humans. Hunyuan Qi of nature is what I just described. Yes, it's this Hunyuan Qi that created everything, that has this base information, and it's just following. Nature follows this information. It's not changing. It's not behaving in a different way. It doesn't decide to behave in a different way. It just follows the information, and all of the processes in nature just are, right? On the other hand, we have the Hunyuan Qi of humans. Humans are also a part of the universe, and there are many theories in Chinese medicine to study or analyze the Qi of the human being. You have the theory of yin yang, the theory of the 5 elements, the theory of whatever, right? We have many theories that study the Qi of the human being. But humans are a very particular being because we have a consciousness and we have free will. So even though we are part of a universe, we have to follow these laws of the universe, or this information. We are part of it, so it's part of us. Sometimes our behavior goes against this base information, and that's when we struggle, and that's when we get sick, because we are not following this fundamental law. And that's what Qigong proposes. Start understanding these laws or this information from the universe, how it affects us, and how we can use it to empower ourselves, how to optimize our lives. Within the human being, think about Hunyuan Qi as a stem cell, right? You have the stem cell, and then every single cell inside your body, a stem cell has specialized. So you have the cells from the heart, you have the cells from the skin, you have the cells from the brain, right? They're all different cells with different functions, but they all come from a stem cell. Hunyuan Qi is the same way. It's the purest form of Qi, but everything in the universe is a specialization of this form of Qi. It's a more complex, more specific form of Qi. So within your own body, you yourself are a form of Qi as a human being, and then all inside your body, all of the processes, all of your organs, everything are a specialized form of Qi that are interacting with each other, following specific, which is what keeps you alive. But we are going to categorize 3 main Qi centers or Qi shape forms within the human body. We have the Hunyuan Qi of the physical body, we have the Hunyuan Qi of the internal organs, and we have the Hunyuan Qi of consciousness. Hunyuan Qi of the physical body is stored in an energy center that is in the belly, we call the lower dantian, and this form of Qi is what keeps your body functioning, your physiological structure, physiological processes, everything working. Then we have the Qi of the internal organ that is stored in the middle dantian, we're gonna say it's in the middle of the chest, and this form of Qi, within Chinese medicine and Qigong, we say that internal organs have their own special category because they don't just make the organs work in their physiological functions, but also the internal organs are associated to different psychological and emotional aspects of the human being. So harmonizing the internal organs Qi is a practice and study of itself. And then we have the Qi of consciousness, which is in the center of the brain, in the upper dantian, and it's what you would call my soul, if you believe in that concept. And it's the purest form of Qi in the human body. It's what we refer in our first video as Shen, is the commander. And it's as pure as the universe itself, as the pure Hunyuan Qi. The only difference with the pure Hunyuan Qi of the universe is that consciousness has free will. Consciousness can choose what to do. The universe cannot. The universe is following the information from Tao, and that's it. Our consciousness has the ability to project information, so it can change things for better or for worse, right? It depends what you're doing with your mind, but it can do it. And all these 3 centers transform with each other. They're connected. They are not isolated, but it's not like 3 independent energy centers, but they nurture each other and they interact with each other. And the Qi of each center transforms in the Qi of the other ones, right? It's a whole thing. You're a holistic being. You're an entity. You're not isolated, right? Inside and also outside, as we're going to see now. Because we talked about 2 forms of Qi, the Qi of nature and the Qi of the human being. They are not separated and isolated from each other. Human beings are a part of the universe, are a part of nature. So nature definitely influences us, but also we change nature, right? And you can see this from like purely physical perspective. I am constantly connected with my environment through breathing, to eating, right? Through my actions in the world. So what I eat, the air I breathe, the water I drink, that changes my body because my body uses that to build new parts, so to speak. And my behavior in the world changes my world. So think about humans who go into a mountain and start mining. You're changing that mountain. The relationship and the biome and the animals and everything is being impacted by that behavior. The environment changes us and we change our environment. But this is not just in the physical form. From Qigong perspective, we just said we have information and our consciousness are capable of projecting information. So your impact in the world and the impact of the world on you is not just physical. Think about it in this way. Some people are very flexible in the way that whenever there is a change in the environment, they can respond very quickly and take advantage of stuff. There are people who, this kind of people from Qigong perspective, I'm going to say they are capable of connecting with the information in the environment, process it, and then change to adapt, to do something, to behave in that new environment. Not all of us can do that. The faster you can do that, the better. If the environment changes too much and you cannot keep up, then you're done. And the other way around too, you can, through your life, just by the fact of being alive, you are changing your environment. And think about it in this way. And this is something maybe some of you have felt. Let's say you walk in a room and there are two people who are very angry at each other. They are not fighting, they're just sitting there, but they're very angry at each other. And you walk in this room and you're like uncomfortable. There's tension in the room. It's like something. You don't know what it is, but you can feel it. It's just weird. What is that? Or the other way around. Think about somebody who is very happy, very peaceful, very just enjoying life. It's very nice talking with this person. You feel very comfortable. You just want to keep going. It's just very natural. Why? What is that feeling? Think about it. You're feeling the changes in Qi. Your life influences your environment in many ways. This is just one example. There are many ways in this behavior, this mechanism works. So yeah, you're connected with your environment. You are changing your environment constantly, and your environment is constantly changing you. In Qigong, we believe that the human Hunyuan Qi is formed at the point of conception. We can go on that later on. There are other nuances to that, but let's say for now that it's created at the point of conception. So you have the sperm and the egg coming together, and that starts the process of conception, right? A new beings being formed with information, DNA information of these two elements. But it's not just the information in the DNA. We just said that Qi, everything that exists is a form of Qi, and Qi carries information. So it's the information of the mother and the father and their tree, family tree, that is coming together and forming, influencing this new life. So this new life is being influenced by all of this information in your family tree. Maybe problems that have not been resolved for generations are being put or being infused into this new life. And also in Qigong, we believe that consciousness, Shen, is a separate entity from the body that can reincarnate. So the consciousness that is coming in is also bringing its own information. That is also determining the process of creating this new life. So at the point of conception, if you could see these variables, you could see what we would normally call the destiny of this person. You could see all the major things that are going to, you can have a very rough idea of where this person is going to end. Because all of these variables are there already in the information that is creating this new life. This is not fixed. Your destiny in Qigong is not fixed. It doesn't matter what it is. You can change it because everything is just Qi. Everything is just information. You can change this information and you can change your life, but you have to work on it. First of all, you need to know it's there, and then you have to work on it. It's not easy. You can do it. It can be done. Other forms of medicine may say, or other treatments may say that, oh no, this is what it is. It cannot be fixed. You're done. In Qigong, we don't think anything is fixed. Everything can potentially be changed because everything is just Qi. Everything is information. Information can be changed by consciousness. Why do you need to know this? How is this helping you? It has helped me a lot. When I was studying these ideas, I'm trying to apply them in my life, starting to feel them. It has helped me a lot. First of all, this is what I just said, right? Nothing is fixed in life. Nothing is determined. You don't have a fixed destiny. Everything can be changed because everything is a form of Qi. And if something is manifesting in a certain way, it's because of the information that Qi has. So that information can be changed by consciousness. Therefore, the possibilities are endless. You can change many, many things that you may not think you can, but you can. Qigong gives you the tools to start experiencing these changes in your own life. And it has helped me just by switching my perception, right? Because if you don't believe this, if your mind doesn't understand these concepts, you're not going to do the practices. Or if you do the practices, you're not going to stick to them because you don't understand them. But if you understand what this is doing, then you can connect with it to the practice at a much deeper level, and you will see results. I cannot guarantee exactly what, but if you practice, you will see results. Another big thing for me is the idea of I'm connected with my environment is connecting with me. My life influences my environment. So if you are a person who is always trying to help other people, knowing this can potentially change your life, because now you know by working on yourself, making your life better, happier, more relaxed, natural, easygoing, more peaceful, you are influencing your environment for the better. So you improve your life, but you're also improving other people's life around you just by being. And this seems silly, but it's huge. Think again about the walking into a room example. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. Especially if you're a sensitive person. This is one of the most important things you need to understand. Improving your own life is not selfish. It's also a way of helping others. Not just because the moment your Qi starts to be stronger and you're more calm, that is contagious. You are affecting other things around you. Your Qi is affecting other things around you. But also people are going to notice that. And they're going to ask you, what are you doing? And then you have a chance to help them. You can share what you've been doing and how what you've learned has helped your life. And maybe those lessons can help them too. But if you don't have the experience of doing it for yourself, what is it? There's not much that you cannot give what you don't have, right? You have to have it first. And the way you have it is to experience it. You do the work. Once you do the work, you can share that with others. You have something to share. And it's something unique. It's difficult to put in words. It's just something unique. If you do it, you will see. Understanding this concept can also help you maybe understand some of you, especially again the sensitive ones, you may have dreams, premonitory dreams, or visions, or this intuition that then becomes true. This is not crazy. We all have this skill. We all can do that, but not all of us develop that ability. Some of us have this ability from birth, and we keeps going. It doesn't shut down. For most of us, it shuts down. Not for everybody. And those people who have this ability, they don't really maybe understand why they have it or how it works. They just can't do it. So understanding these concepts, you should now starting to make connections and understanding that what you're perceiving is the information in the Qi, because changes first happen in the information and then they manifest in the physical world. So if you can feel, perceive this information, you can perceive things before they happen. And these are your dreams, these are your vision, this is your intuition. And Qigong helps you not only develop these abilities, but strengthen them and lets you understand them at a much deeper level. And finally, another very important thing is maybe you have a condition that you've been to every doctor, every specialist, nothing works. Maybe it's coming from a place, from this information that you inherited, and it's affecting your life because it's the information in your Qi. There's no amount of medicine that can change that. So if you know this now, you're starting to understand that you can change that. Qigong practice can help you make a change to that information, and it can start manifesting in improvements in these conditions that do not respond to other treatments. It has happened many times, and it's amazing when it starts happening. It's very difficult to explain. Again, everything is just information. It doesn't matter where it came from. Is it from another life? Is it from my family? Doesn't matter. The thing is, it's there. And we have tools to change it if we know it's there. So practicing Qigong can help you change that. Can help you with those kind of physical problems or conditions that do not respond to other things. Because with Qigong, you're treating the information in the Qi. You're not treating the body, you're treating consciousness, you're treating information. And that's going to have a much, much deeper effect. Thank you so much. If you made it this far, thank you. I said it was going to be a little surprise for you at the end, so here it is. I have not made this video in English yet, so when it's ready, I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be somewhere here or in the link below. But in the meantime, I can teach you a very, very straightforward technique to start feeling Qi. It's very important that you start familiarizing yourself with what Qi feels like. So it's very straightforward technique. If you do it regularly, you are going to start feeling something. I don't know what it is, right? Because for different people, it manifests in different ways. It can be heat, it can be tingling, it can be like a sensation, like a resistance that is difficult to separate your hands or bring them together. Or it can be just very, very peaceful feeling, quietness, or something, right? It doesn't matter. You're gonna feel a change. So what do we do? How do we do it? Put your hands close together, not touching, just very close together. And for a moment, just stay there. Your hands should be relaxed. I'm holding them up because I want you to see my hands. You don't have to hold them up. You can just be in a more comfortable position. But have them together and stay there for a moment. Hands relaxed. If you're like, oh, it's not gonna work. Relaxed. And after a few minutes, separate very slowly, separate your hands, not very far. Separate your hands very slowly. And think of the sky, the blue sky. Just think of the sky. And now bring your hands slowly back together and bring your attention back to the space in between your hands. And do that again. Separate your hands very slowly. Think of the sky. And now bring them back together. Bring your attention to the space between your hands and just keep going like this for a few minutes. I'm gonna say 10 minutes. You can do however much you want. It doesn't really matter. After a while, you are going to start feeling something in your hands. It's either going to be like I said, a resistance between your hands. Either you cannot bring them together, you cannot separate them. It might be tingling, it might be heat, it might be something in between your hands. That thing you're feeling is the Qi. And you know it's Qi because you separate your hands, and even when you separate them, you still feel something. It's not just when your hands are close together. You separate them and there is like something here that connects your hands. It's a very unique feeling. You have to feel it for yourself. And I promise you, you're gonna feel something if you do this. You may need more than just one time, but if you keep practicing, you will start to feel something. And once you start feeling that thing, you can take the Qi and just put it in your body. Just keep your hands wherever you want, and that's gonna help you feel better. And that part of your body that is weak or that is in pain is going to receive more Qi and it's going to start healing. That's it. You can give it a shot. I'm very curious. You can also try after opening and closing. Just put your hand like this with the fingertips up, and then slowly bring your other hand on top and just leave it there, very relaxed. Just leave it there. What do you feel? Now take it away. What do you feel? Now put it back. What do you feel? And maybe you go up and down, or you make little circles. What do you feel? And you can even try another person. Ask another person to put your hands like that. And then you put your hand on top and do the same thing and ask them, what do you feel? Just take it as a game. See what happens. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.